Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. And the only price of admission for my live streams is to simply hit that like button. Smash that like button, guys. Let's get it up to 2,000 likes in like 2 minutes or something, like 3 minutes. They're real cool. Bow, 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 bow. Hit that thing. We in the building today. If you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video by hitting the share button below the video, copying the link and sharing it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, and X. And make sure you tag me in all of those. You can share it other places as well. I'm not really on a whole bunch of other platforms, but I'm starting to expand a little bit. You know, we're starting to get other places. Shout out to you all for pulling up, man. Y'all are absolutely amazing. This Hunter Biden laptop thing, this Hunter Biden pardon thing, this blanketed 11-year. Come on, bruh. Come on. The guilt is, this dude is so damn guilty, he should be buried under the jail. But y'all not going to hear a whole bunch from me today. Yeah, I am going to run my mouth, but not too much. But there's a whole lot I want to talk to y'all about, man. Hopefully you've looked in the mirror already and said something nice about yourself or had some nice thoughts about yourself. And hopefully you've already given God all praise, glory, and honor for grace and mercy for waking you up this morning, covering you and your family with a roof over your head while you slept, protecting you and your family from seen and unseen dangers, for the activity of your limbs, for blood running warm through your veins, for the activity of your brain, you being able to move and go sit down on the toilet and do what you got to do in the morning. You know, it's just so many things to give God thanks for. You know what I mean? All right, let's go and get into it. Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, the Biden family have effed up. But the funny part is how legacy media are starting to backtrack, and they starting to daggone do whatever they possibly can to cover for this guy and for this family. And I think that's all trash. Hit that like button. Let's go ahead and jump into it. And it all started with this video right here.
You know, this is 60 Minutes, and we can't put on things we can't verify.
You won't put it on because it's bad for Biden.
We can't put on things we can't verify.
Leslie.
You know what you told me a long time ago when I asked why you keep saying fake in the media?
Yeah.
You said to me, I said that because I need to discredit you so that when you say negative things about me, no one will believe you.
I don't have to discredit you.
But that's what you told me.
You've discredited yourself.
You told me that.
Leslie, you've discredited yourself. When you say that you're not going to cover Biden, you're going to ask him what flavor ice cream he has, okay?
That's not
Instead
true.
of why did Hunter get $3.5 million from Moscow?
Jim Trump.
Instead of why is an energy company paying your son $183,000 a month or whatever they're paying him, and he has no experience in energy. You know, you discredit yourself. I don't have to discredit you.
So this story about Hunter and his laptop, some repair shop found it. The source is Steve Bannon and Rudy Giuliani.
I don't know anything about that. I just know it's a laptop, and they haven't.
And you're making this one of the hottest, most important issues in your rallies.
It's a very important issue to find out whether or not a man's corrupt who's running for president, who's accepted money from China and from Ukraine and from Russia.
All these
I think
things
that's
have
an
been
important
investigated and
It's incredible the way you can try and say this and sit there and look me in the eye and say it. He accepted.
All right, so let me read this part right here. I have to read this part right here because Leslie Stahl continues to try to act as if this information was not already investigated. At the time of this interview, the New York Post had already verified that the laptop and the FBI, they already verified the laptop, and the FBI had it since December 2019. Over a year later, the corrupt New York Times and Washington Post also finally got around to authenticating the laptop. However, the great 60 Minutes could not be bothered to examine it. So the only thing she had the entire time was, it hasn't been investigated. It hasn't been proven yet. Why would we speak about it? What do you mean, why would you speak about it? This is what you do. You report the news, and this is news. This is news, and it's news about the president and his family. This is the biggest news out there. But because you are in bed with legacy media, because you are in bed with the left, you cannot report it.
Money is family from Russia, from Ukraine, from China and from other places.
And
His brother, who didn't have experience, became a big builder in Iraq without experience. Take a look at what's going on.
All right, so this is where it all started. This is what I wanted to show y'all, man. Look, this is what I wanted to show y'all. This is where it all started. And then Kash Patel got onto it. We're not even going to talk about The View. We're going to get on The View later on. We're going to talk about The View later on. But Kash Patel, this dude broke it down. So we're about to get into the Jon Stewart and the Stephen A. breaking it down too. But check this out too, man. Listen, I told y'all we're going to have a good conversation. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Let's go get into it.
To me is instrumental and highlights everything that's gone wrong in this country with the judicial system and the two-tier system of justice. In 2019, the FBI and DOJ knew the laptop was real and possessed it, as testified to by the FBI agent in the courtroom. So the question is, why didn't Bill Barr, as the Attorney General back then before the election, admit to the American public that that was the case? Why did he allow 51 intel officials to lie to the world about the contents and depth of Hunter Biden's laptop? And then why did the censorship regime at Twitter, Facebook, and elsewhere shut down the New York Post and call their factually accurate reporting? I find it ironic that Merrick Garland, the Attorney General for Joe Biden, was forced to admit what we've known all along in court just last week. Hunter Biden's laptop is real. And as Pam said, the evidence is damning. And now he's putting on the defense that he's blaming his dead brother's wife that he later bedded. You can put as much lipstick as you want on this crack pipe, but it's always going to belong to Hunter Biden. As a guy who is a federal prosecutor at the National Security Division at the Department of Justice, those jobs are prestigious. It's an honor to serve them. When you are the #3 DOJ official, you don't go downstream to the district attorney's office in New York for the most political case in U.S. history, and the attorney general doesn't know about it. I think Congress needs to subpoena Merrick Garland's records and show the world.
1000%. Now that's where we are right now. I did hear somebody say that you can barely hear the clips. I got the clips turned all the way up. I don't know what the heck is going on your side of the computer, but I got all of the clips turned up. If y'all cannot hear them, my bad. It looked like on my registers that everything is pointing up. So my bad. I got to fix that. This is the beginning of podcasting at its finest. See, y'all got to take the lumps. If you're a content creator and you're watching this, this is how it goes. Sometimes the people are going to hear everything perfectly. Sometimes they're going to see everything perfectly. But other times, your vision might get stuck. Things might get stuck on the screen, and everything might not move the way that you want it to. Production might not be pristine every single time you go on social media to do your thing. All right? But basically what Kash Patel was saying was, once I become the director of the FBI, all hell's about to break loose, son. All hell for every one of y'all. So if Joe Biden does not pardon all 3-letter agencies before he get up out of here, then y'all are short. Him pardoning his son for 11 years, stuff that he was doing during the Biden and during the Obama and Biden administration. He said, wait. All right, wait. Hold on, Judge. Before we get this pardon, we can't just cover for the last 4 years. We're going to have to go way back. All right. So that's why we need to cover that, man. Make sure you hit that like button, man. We all over the place today, but we know what we doing, man. We shaking things up. All right. So let's go into this. Chris Cuomo and Stephen A. giving their comment. I mean, talking about this whole Hunter Biden situation. And just to let you guys know, Chris Cuomo and Stephen A. are both lukewarm political reporters, so to speak. They're both lukewarm. They both, have conservative beliefs, liberal beliefs. They try to stay in the middle and do whatever the hell they want to do. Like Chris Cuomo, for instance, when he went to go vote, he didn't vote for Joe Biden. I mean, he didn't vote for Kamala, and he didn't vote for Trump. This dude wrote in his brother's name. I forgot his brother's name, but that's who he wrote in. He wrote in his brother's name. And then he starts his show. He starts his own show, and he reports from a centered position where he can talk about anything and everything and not be held accountable for anything and everything. That's where Stephen A. is too. So before y'all give them all this damn credit for finally tapping into what's real, you must first look back at where they are, where they always stood, and where they are right now. They would double talk you to death, but they will not take a position that makes sense. Like Stephen A., for instance, he would double talk us to death, tell us everything that's wrong with the Democrats and everything that's right with conservatism, everything that's right with Trump. But then he still votes for Kamala because he thinks that there should be black representation. DEI is part of the issue right now. So I just want y'all to hear that. Also, Jon Stewart is Jon Stewart is a little more far. He's far left. Jon Stewart is left. He'll make fun of the left, but he's always riding with the left. All right. Same thing with what's the guy named Bill Maher. Bill Maher is the same way. So I guess that's the comedian type of thing, so that you can keep all your friends and everything, but you can still make jokes about your friends. And as long as you vote with your friends, you won't be ousted or kicked out of you can still come to the Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners and the cookouts and whatnot. But you still looked at as, oh, he's just a comedian, or he's just a internet sensation. He can say whatever he want to say. So I just want to put that in front of y'all. All right, so here's Stephen A. talking about the Hunter Biden situation with Chris Cuomo. Listen to what he has to say. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button.
What's your take on the pardon? You know, the Biden situation disgusted me in terms of the pardon, only from this standpoint, Chris. Nobody on the planet, you want to be a cynic and you want to act like you would be offended by something like that. If you're one of those people out there, fine. But no one within reason would have a problem with him saying, it's my son. I love him. There's no way I'm sending him to jail. And I have the power to avoid it. Nobody would blame him for that. But that's not where he went. So I didn't have a problem to answer your question directly with the decision that he made to pardon his son. Boo Boo the Fool knew he was going to do that. I don't care who he stood in front of or sat in front of and said that he wasn't going to pardon his son and he was just going to go by the letter of the law. Please, everybody and their grandmother knew he was going to pardon his son. But to come out and to start talking about how it's been a witch hunt and the Department of Justice and others were after him, or whoever it was, and GOP rather was after him. Well, wait a minute. What have y'all been doing with Donald Trump all of these years? Now, you can make an argument about the legitimacy of the cases against Donald Trump compared to what wasn't legitimate, et cetera. That's not the point. The point is it was clearly politicized. You had folks on the left who were hell-bent on going after Donald Trump because they were determined to make sure that he couldn't run for re-election or that these elements would get in the way of him possibly winning re-election. And now we know why more than ever, because they weren't confident they would ever be able to beat him. He'd been a Republican nominee since 2016. He beat Hillary Clinton with the Electoral College vote. He wouldn't concede defeat in 2020, but he did receive over 74 million votes at that particular moment in time. And then you fast forward 4 years later, despite the 34 felony convictions, the 2 impeachments, the bevy of crimes that he had been accused of, the Republican voters out there, the conservative voters out there, and a lot of independents from various communities said, he's the guy we want. And I've said it on many, many occasions. It wasn't about him. Just like it wasn't about Biden in 2020, it was more against Trump. In this particular instance, it was an indictment against the Biden administration, what had been going on for the last 4 years. Some of the things going on with the border, obviously inflation, of course, crime in the streets, of course, woke and cancel culture and all of that, it all played a role. And so for him to come out and to talk about that, this was a witch hunt, when clearly it could be argued that's exactly what you were doing to Donald Trump, or you assisted in doing, seems beyond hypocritical. And that was what disgusted me. It wasn't his decision. It wasn't him pardoning his son. It was the weak, pathetic explanation that he gave, which has most critics just shaking their heads and raising their eyebrows and saying, what nerve you have.
And that's the part that I have an issue with. So Stephen A. is absolutely right. He's saying that most people don't mind the actual pardon. If you thought for a second that that Joe Biden was not going to pardon his son, then you're crazy. You're crazy. But at some point, and this is just me, somebody that buried my head in the sand, didn't pay attention to politics. And now I'm paying attention to politics. And I got to say, politics is far more exciting than I thought it would ever be. It's extremely entertaining. Extremely. And the more you learn about the way the government works, it gets scary. But with knowledge comes power. Well, applied knowledge comes power. With applied knowledge comes power. But here's the thing, the beyond hypocritical thing that Stephen A just now said. The only part that he has an issue with is the excuse that he gave. The fact that he said that, the fact that President Joe Biden said the only reason why they came after Hunter is because he is a Biden, because he's my son. Okay. And the nigga still committed these crimes, bruh. That nigga dirty as hell. Dirty as hell. So regardless if he's your son or not, he's dirty as hell. And the difference is this. It was an absolute witch hunt when it came to Trump. And he wasn't nearly as dirty as your son. But you only came after him. You all, Biden probably not directly, but everyone came after him for Biden so that he can maintain power and so that the Democrats can maintain power. But it was under false pretenses. So why does Stephen A not have an issue with that? That to me is beyond hypocritical. Like, that is real. Somebody's life was in jeopardy. This dude, they tried to take him up out of here more than twice that we know of. That was reported, right? They tried to drain this man's bank accounts. They threw smut on his entire family's name. They kicked him off of main social media platforms and wanted to shut him up on every other platform. They tried to make censoring American citizens a norm. And they still do. So, Stephen A., how is Joe Biden's reason for the pardon the hypocritical part, bro? Nah, that's trash, man. We need to start holding all these people accountable. I'm talking about the Bidens. I'm talking about all these huge people, like even myself. If I get on this microphone and I say something ridiculous every single time, and everything I say is extremely hypocritical, you should hold me to account. Same thing I'm doing with Stephen A. I think his reason for calling it hypocritical is stupid. I think it's dumb as hell, and hopefully Stephen A sees this, because you cannot play the lukewarm, straddle the fence type of person when it comes to politics all the time. This dude he's not even tried to use any critical thinking. We can sit and listen to Stephen A talk all the time, and yes, what he's saying is not a net positive for Biden, but it's not a net positive for Trump either. Because this dildo just now said, I see the reason why he did it. And I also don't fault him for pardoning him, although he's been lying this entire time about pardoning his son. We can't even hold our president accountable now. Our president has been lying and lying and lying. Every single time he was asked about pardoning his son, he said he would not. Every single time what's her name? Karine Jean-Pierre was asked if Joe Biden would pardon his son, she said he would not. And now that he has, everybody's saying, well, it was a witch hunt on his son. He's a Biden. They only came after him because of blah, 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 blah. Who gives a damn why they came after him? Did they have something to go off of? Were they making up the charges? The answer is no, they was not making up the charges. The charges were there. Any other American citizen would have been in jail. Now, he has the power to pardon his son. So yeah, pardon your son. But don't BS with the American public simply because you're running for office and you want to stand on the rule of law and you want to act like you're better than Trump. So every single time you're asked about it, you're going to lie. And you believe that we should just eat that up. We should accept the fact that you're just lying all the time. Damn that, bro. Miss me with that BS. For real. All right. So we got this other joint that I want to show you guys too. This comes from Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart went in. We already know that Jon Stewart straddles the fence here and there, but I want y'all to just see how he did go in. He went in on Joe Biden and Hunter Biden and all of the Democrats, all of the legacy media, mainstream media, like my shirt says, mainstream media. Check this out, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. And thank you so much, Brian Garrity, for the super chat, and 1320 Bushido, a blanket pardon for 11 years for crimes known and unknown. F out of here. I'm with you on that 1000%. Let's check this out, guys. Hit that like button, and I'm gonna stay on the screen while we play this because John Stewart always on some funny stuff whenever we cover their stuff, man. They like to take whatever part of John Stewart is on there. You need to take that out. Why? Come on, Jasmine Crockett. Come on, seriously. Okay. Jasmine, Miss Keep It Real Crockett. Come on now. This young lady, she's a rising star on the left. Her dad is a judge. She's an attorney herself. She's battling on a daily basis for democratic policies. Come on, sis. Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anybody trying to act as if you wouldn't pardon your own son, just take a look in the mirror. Shut the hell up. Miss me with that bullshit. I mean, sugar, honey, iced tea. Relax. Come on, bro. This is not even speak. He could not even speak. That's how it is when we're so busy pointing at somebody else, saying your daughter is a slut, your daughter is a whore, she's out there running the streets, she's with any and everybody. I can't believe she had a baby out of wedlock and blah, blah, blah. And then your daughter becomes those adjectives. Your daughter becomes all those things. And then when you're asked about it, sometimes, kids, people go astray. Sometimes people don't know which way they should go. None of us are perfect. Every time you point one finger at somebody, it's 4 or 5 fingers pointed back at you. Huh? So, I have no moral high ground. I'm just like everybody else. No accountability whatsoever. And these people, they are paid out the ass. They got so much money, so much prestige, so much respect coming from their colleagues and people on the other side of the aisle. They are big and bold when they think they are right. But when they know that they are wrong, when their hand was caught in the cookie jar, they don't accept responsibility. For that, I say you are human. I can't really say too much about that because that's what humans do. That's what humans do. But stop acting like you're better and start putting people, be honest. Be honest with people who believe in you. Every time you open your mouth and you know that there are thousands, probably even millions of people who respect what you say, the onus is now upon you to be honest and at least try to be fair. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But who am I? Who am I? I don't know who the hell I am. I don't know. All right. So I wanted to show y'all those right there. But apparently there is a wrinkle in this whole thing. I asked about this inside of the chat. Inside of the chat, I asked the poll. Only 592 of you answered. We got 1,400 people up in here. Don't know if we have 1,400 likes yet. We should, because if you're watching this, all you need to know is that the price of admission for my live streams is to hit the like button. That's it. It don't cost you nothing. Yeah, there are people that are submitting super chats, and those people are extra dope as well. And then we have our blues who are, they working over there in the chat, making sure people hit the like button, show love. Thank you so much. But the only thing you gotta do is just be respectful to one another in the chat, but brutal honesty, only brutal honesty. What hurt other people's feelings all over social media will not hurt mine. All right. And if you disrespect me, now I get to defend myself. But apparently this is the one wrinkle that has this guy is a lawyer, right? He's an internet lawyer. He's a lawyer, but he has a social media platform. I want y'all to hear how he breaks down the one wrinkle that's happening in this whole case. But before I play it, somebody submitted a super chat so that I can play this right here. And I told you, I got you, because I played this in one of my other live streams and they thought it was pretty cool and they wanted to hear it again. This is when Megyn Kelly first She was questioning Donald J. Trump in a, I believe in a debate. I believe he was in a debate. And listen to what he has to say. This is when people knew that this dude was a rock star when it came to politics.
Mr. Trump, one of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account—
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
And here's Rosie O'Donnell. Like, this is nuts.
Form a coherent sentence. He is the worst thing that ever happened. Period. And he's just babbling like an incoherent asshole. He's like Dr. Doom. He's the worst thing. Oh, you know what? He just lies, lies, lies. I am done with Donald Trump. Let's be done with Donald, okay?
You're not done. Rosie O'Donnell will never be done with Donald Trump, bro. Like, Donald Trump, I'm sure she wakes up in cold sweats every single night thinking about that dude. Like, she can't wait. You can look at her. Look, so I hate to talk about people, but here's the thing. Look at her face, man. It's clearly she is going through something, and it's okay. It's okay. We all go through something, Rosie. It's okay, Rosie. We all go through things, right? But don't let this man ruin your health. Don't let this man be such a cancer to you that you start to, I don't know. We start to see all your ailments from the outside in. You know what I mean? Because now from the inside out, you've allowed an open gate for Trump to take all your joy away. And this is what we're left with. This is what the public is left with. All right. All right. Now let's go ahead and get back to this lawyer. This lawyer is about to rock the house, guys. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. I came across this guy on X yesterday, and I want y'all to hear what he has to say. Apparently, this is the one wrinkle, and Lisa Marie. Shout out to Lisa Marie, one of my mods, one of my blues. She's been with LFR Family for a long time, helping out. She told me about this yesterday, and sure enough, a lot of people are starting to really tap into this one wrinkle in this blanketed pardon. I'm gonna play it without stopping it. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's go and jump into it. Let's go.
Let's talk about Joe pardoning Hunter and the wrinkle that nobody has picked up on yet. Not a single person I've listened to on the radio or anything else has picked up on this. I am a lawyer, not your lawyer. So what Joe has issued is a blanket pardon. Basically, he's given Hunter Biden immunity for everything that started when he joined Burisma 10 years ago up until now. It sounds great for Hunter, right? It sounds great for Joe because Joe is the person that Hunter would be testifying against if they made some kind of a deal, right? But do you understand how the Fifth Amendment works? If they give Hunter blanket immunity, which they have, Joe did this. Oh, he lied about it in June. He said he would never do it in a million years, and then he did it. What a good dad. He's doing it to protect himself because he doesn't want Hunter testifying against the Biden crime family. However, this is where he fouled up. Joe, you got to listen to your lawyers because I know one of your lawyers was bound up and smart enough to figure this out, and if they didn't, you need to hire new ones. I worked a case one time where they granted immunity in order to extract testimony from the person talking who was involved with my client. Here's how it works. If you've been granted immunity, the Fifth Amendment no longer applies. You cannot incriminate yourself when you've been granted blanket immunity over everything you did from ant to ant. Therefore, Hunter Biden can now be forced to testify against the big guy. And this is what everybody is missing. And this is where Joe totally screwed the pooch legally on this, is the immunity gets rid of that Fifth Amendment. So now when they ask Hunter Biden, they put him on the stand, if they do, and they ask, how much money did you launder through Ukraine to your dad? And he says, I'm taking the fifth. The judge can compel him to testify because he is immune from prosecution on that. And if he still refuses to testify, he can hold him in contempt and he can put him in jail until which point he decides to testify. Good one, Joe, proving you're still a complete idiot.
Mic drop. Boom. Shout out to Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, for all of the pardons that he's about to release like crazy. He's about to release some pardons like crazy. My question is this. Can he go back and amend this pardon now that everyone's starting to speak out about how he left that one wrinkle in there that could potentially destroy his family? I don't think Joe Biden took that into account. I don't think his lawyers did as well. As a matter of fact, not a mic drop, pin drop. Yeah, that was a nice catch, Salty Christian. I appreciate you, big dog. So, what do y'all think about that, man? I love this wrinkle. No diddy. I like the fact that there's a wrinkle in this. Like, you want to use the law, do you? Well, you do realize that lawyers have used this same tactic on people that they were trying to put in jail, right? They will encourage immunity. They will encourage immunity. Like, they will give somebody immunity if they wanted the truth, if they wanted them to bury somebody else, if they wanted them to take down themselves and somebody else, they will give somebody immunity. Why? Because you can't use Fifth Amendment anymore. You got to answer our questions, bro. So now Hunter has to answer the questions. And if he don't answer the questions, his ass will be in jail 1,000%. Thank y'all so much for joining me, y'all. Y'all are so absolutely amazing. I appreciate y'all. LFR family, we are growing by the day. We still have all 1 million of you who are on YouTube. We have more than 10,000 followers on X now. We're growing on Instagram. We got 65,000 followers on Instagram, on the Real LFR family on Instagram. And it's because of you all. Thank you so much for constantly supporting our vision, for supporting our journey, because this means so much to me, because I am learning live, like with all of you guys who know a great deal about politics, and I am learning. So I appreciate the information that y'all give me, the correction as well. But know this, I am on a journey for truth. I'm not on a journey to protect Trump. I'm not on a journey to protect MAGA or the conservative party. I'm not on a journey to just bash the Democratic Party or anything like that. I've been Democrat all my life. I'm just pissed off that the wool has been pulled over my eyes for so long, and I have been voting blindly and taken advantage of. So now we are learning and trying to spread our information at the same time. If you have desires to be a content creator, you don't know where to start, I just now created a course. It's the very first link inside of the descriptions. Go check it out. It's not that great of a course because it's my very first course. It's not that great of a course. So don't check it out and be like, I'm going to give you bad reviews because I don't like the way that you put this together. It's not compared to other people. It's not. Don't compare it to other people. All right. If you check out the course, do it with no expectations whatsoever. But I promise you, you will get a lot more than you will get from any of these other guys out there. Why? Because, you know what I mean? I'm just giving you all of the information, whereas some people give you some, so you have to come back to them to pay them for more. I'm not going to do that to you. Love y'all, man. Thank you so much to all my blues. Thank you to all my super chatters. Thank you to everybody who participated inside of the stream. Love y'all, man. Like this video, share this video, and if you are entering at the end, go to the beginning, watch it all the way through. Have yourself a good time and share with somebody else who you would like to evoke the same emotions in them that you received while watching this. Love y'all, man. Continue to give God praise, glory, and honor. And every single day, I thank God for people who have me and my family's best interests at heart. If that is you, I already thank God for you. All right. Continue to give God all praise, God, guys, because grace and mercy is a lot more than we give credit. See you on the next live stream. Peace.